SRV separation confirmed. Coming up on staging, the burnout of these twin solid rocket boosters at 2 minutes 5 seconds.
I can tell about my life, I got scars for the proof. Know my bars are the truth, 9 stars in the roof. Plus I'm rolling with another star. If you ever saw the service in a double R, I could've bought another car. Reasoning with Lizzie, yeah, I talk to my money. I'll be running to the bands, they just walk to the money. You can't talk to me funny. Never. She gave me brains in the roller, that's what I call thoughts in a culli. Okay.
You're never involved in any drama.
I don't know if I should be exposing myself like this.
Nah, you should, man. This is Thoughts In A Culli, man. We're just thinking out loud. What's up?
Everyone was like, oh, so this is what you're saying, you're promoting prostitution.
Comments being like, right, is that what that thing's doing? Or something like that.
Even though that's not on GRM anymore.
Yeah,
and that was our first video to go 1 million views, you know.
So you turned down £1 million at a certain stage?
Yeah.
Do you regret that?
No.
Do you ever think about it?
Yeah.
We're sounding too mature out here.
Okay, cool, let's
Obviously,
go.
do you think it's possible to be friends with an ex?
That was the worst decision that I ever could have made in my life. I'll never do it again.
Are you saving Tion or are you saving Ambush? They're both swingers though. There's chemistry there. In the booth. Yo, Tyra! Say, I don't even know your name's Tyra. Hey, Tyra Banks.
Yeah, you know.
Oh wait, is that where seatbelt please? You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Is that where was that the inspiration behind where Banks came from?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Imagine I'm only just working out now. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So what are you saying? How you been?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm alright. Obviously I see you from time to time, but you've obviously had like a 2-year hiatus from like any like major music releases, haven't you?
Yeah.
What like sorry, it's hard being this serious around you. What like inspired that kind of step back from releasing and what's been going on?
So I actually didn't want to take that break originally, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I feel like I had a lot of changes. I changed management. I ended up changing like distribution, who I release music with. So for people that don't know, it's like when you're independent, you still release music for a distributor. So I had to change companies, and yeah, that's what really kind of led to the big break. And then in that time, I just started really getting my personal life together.
And what did that involve?
Just loads of like gym, learning about, you know, nutrients, what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my body. It was mad because I was just thinking like, why is it that I'm looking my best when I'm not grinding how I usually do? It's like when I'm working, I'm super stressed, but I had a whole like fitness and wellness journey throughout that time as well, so.
Yeah, it's crazy. Obviously, I appreciate you in every shape and size I've seen you in, but this is the most athletic I've ever seen you. Is this what you was set out to do? Like, you feel a lot better?
Yeah, I feel much better. I feel like it's more of an inside job, like not knocking anyone that takes the easier route, but I feel like if I just went and like got surgery or something, I wouldn't have gone on the journey that I've gone on now, and I don't think I would have built the confidence that I have now, because as much as there's a change physically, I think me just showing up for myself and doing the right things for myself kind of helped me build that foundation, and like, yeah, just taught me that I can love myself even more than I was loving myself. Do you know what I mean?
So you're saying that it's definitely not Ozempic, nothing like that. You've been in the gym.
I've been in the gym. There's no Ozempic. First of all, if I actually done Ozempic, I would tell the girls like, I'll put you lot on. I'm not a gatekeeper, so you know, it's all natural. Just low carbs, no sugar, basically keto, and then.
So you've been listening to the boy Eddie.
Yeah, I was on what Eddie, before even Eddie blew up, I was following what he was saying, but he's super strict though. Like, I'm sure he don't do like protein supplements and that, but I'll still be taking my little whey protein and all these things. So.
What I've always admired about you specifically, and I'm sure we've had this conversation once before, in fact I know that we have, is obviously not knocking any rapper that has had a BBL or anything like that. Love BBLs, shout out to BBLs.
Shout out to the BBLs.
I'm a BBL fan.
Period.
But the strength, and I'm a non-BBL fan as well, just to put that out there. I like everyone for whatever choices they make, but what I really admire about you is the strength that is taken within you as a female rapper to not have one, because
Yeah.
you could have easily have had one because you're a beautiful girl, but you just decided that you wasn't going to have one, which
Yeah.
is not something that everybody sees every day, sort of
Yeah.
vibes. And why did you adopt that kind of decision making when it came to that?
Well, first of all, I'm scared. Like, I'm actually shook. I don't think I would actually, for something cosmetic, I just don't see myself putting myself at risk. That's just not my vibe. Unless I was like, yeah, no, actually, there's no way I would do it. Like, I just don't have it in me. But also as well, like, I don't really want to conform. I feel like me being natural, me being tall, that's my USP. Do you know what I mean? And I represent the girls that are that. And even though we see like images of all these other things that are done up nowadays and a lot of like fakery, I guess, there's still a lot of girls that are natural. So I just feel like just give them something to relate to, like me or the same, you know what I mean?
Is this something you ever considered though?
Definitely. I think about it. I thought like I've definitely
It's too late now, we're just running it to you. Oh my God.
No, but I'm good. I feel like it's good that actually we had this conversation because I'm gonna stick it out. But I don't want to conform, and it's like I've never been too one way. Like I thought there's some girls that they're just super sexy and that's their thing, and they sell it all the way 100. But I feel like my brand has always been like a bit of sexiness, bit of road, bit of consciousness. Like it's a mixture of all things. So I just gotta stay true to me, and I'm more so about how I feel inside. Like how I feel inside is more important to me than how I look on the outside, because we're all trying to chase that thing of feeling 100% happy and feeling 100% like we're that girl. But that's something you can do just in your mindset and how you deal with yourself and how you talk about yourself. It's like kind of fake it till you make it. You gotta say the affirmations and believe you're that girl before you're even there. Do you get me? And sometimes like I don't feel like for me cosmetic surgery would help that. I feel like I could just do a shortcut by just feeling it now and stepping like that, and you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely admirable because aesthetics can always be amazing and all that kind of stuff. It is nice to see someone who's in a position where they can opt to not.
Yeah.
And now you're stuck. Because now, you get me?
But I always keep it real with you lot anyway, because people are forever evolving. If I do decide,
Oh God, not the caveat.
if I do decide, maybe I'll tell you lot the tea. I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, I'll tell you lot the truth.
You're half Ugandan, half Nigerian.
Yeah.
Which side do you think that you gravitate to more? Because is your mum Ugandan?
Yeah, my mum is Ugandan.
Yeah, I feel like
Wherever your mum is from, that's where you're like.
nah. I feel like you're obviously half Nigerian, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you're more Ugandan though.
Why are you saying that?
No, but because I could just tell, man. I could just tell. Because
By the way I live.
Yeah, you're not Nigerian. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's
you're a bit...
because you know what it is, yeah, Ugandans are more chill, more quiet,
Yeah.
like calm, and then Nigerians are more like loud, in your face, bossy. I remember when I first went to Niger from Uganda, and I swear to God, the change, I had to stop off in Kenya, and the change from in the transit from getting off the flight in Kenya to go into Nigeria, it's like the whole atmosphere was changing, just getting loud. I was actually scared. I was like, why are these people acting like this?
Yeah.
This is nuts. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. But my mum's very patriotic, and she's always made me like represent both. Like she don't play that. And because Nigeria is so patriotic, being the African giant, she didn't ever want to be overswarmed by that. So she's always put in my head like, you need to represent Uganda. But I didn't know my demeanor's given more UG. I thought.
No, don't get it twisted though. I see you try and tap into your Nigerian bag. Like I've seen you in West Africa. We've traveled to West Africa before together.
Yeah, love GH.
But when you're doing your, I could just see that this is just like an aspect of you rather than all of you. You know what I'm saying? You're very sweet, very calm. In fact, you're so boring in a good way that when I was doing research and I was thinking about you for this particular conversation, it's like you're never involved in any drama. And like you're, like even like as a woman, as a female rapper, a British female rapper, to the magnitude and what you mean to female rap in the you ain't got no real back and forth. So like how
a lot of it is old school as well. So it's so old school that it's irrelevant.
Also, I've missed some.
That's good though, because it's not important.
I've missed some. Look
no,
at
but
me.
do you know what? No, that's actually I feel like I've created my rap like that on purpose because I actually don't have the capacity for unnecessary drama. Like, we ain't got a fake beef for me to go back and forth. Like, I naturally am super driven. I'm naturally competitive. Like, when I hear good music or people like that are just going hard, it makes me want to go back to the drawing board. So, like, I don't need the fake industry moments to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I might take it too seriously as well. Like, I don't know if I could keep it in the booth. So, it's best for me and my emotional health to just allow it.
No, but aside from that as well, like, I feel like there is an aspect and an element in terms of like the way in which you've been able to carry yourself that you kind of avoid unnecessary situations or unnecessary back and forths. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I was at home and I was chilling and I heard, oh, Miss Banks got into it with so and so, even before I've tapped into the beef, I'm thinking it's so and so's fault. Like, that's just how I would feel. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I just feel like you're so unproblematic. Don't get me wrong, there might be certain flaws that you have, but you don't display them in public. Does that make sense? So yeah, I just wanted to tip my hat off to you on that, because it is a difficult feat to establish. You're also from Woolly Road.
Yep.
What was that like
South
growing up?
London.
Yeah.
It was like, I feel like any other hood in London. Definitely a bit hard. I was a bad kid, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was a bad kid. I had like, I don't know if I should be exposing myself like this.
No, you should, man. This is Thoughts In A Culli, man. We're just thinking out loud. What's up?
I was like naughty. Like, I feel like I was smoking cigarettes at a young age. I was just one of them kids. I was just bad. And shout out to my mum, because my mum done a good job. Like, I'm not gonna act like we had it too hard, because we had a yard, we had food on the table. Do you get me? She's a grinder, but I was definitely just on some shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I've heard you say this before, but I just can't see it, man.
Do you know what? I'm gonna be so real. I feel like I gave my family so much hell as a teenager. These now older years, I'm like trying to make up for it. So I feel like I've gone completely the other way, where I'm like, and luckily I have music where I can put my shit and be egotistical and blah, 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 but genuinely I feel like I'm trying to make up for the younger times. But I'm also at that age now where I feel like I don't need to overly be too good. Like, I like the fact as well that I have like, oh, this rapper being unproblematic, but I don't feel like that gets me anywhere. Do you get me? I don't really care for it. I just want to be me. So if that means like I ruffle a few feathers, or I don't rock with certain people, or people don't like me, like, I'm willing to take that, because I feel like I'm finally at a point where I know who I am and I don't need to prove I'm a good person. But I feel like due to my past, for many of years, I've been trying to like revert and change my background through my adult years now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, like, close to your age group from Woolly Roads, like people like Suspect and all that. Did you grow up with people like Suspect, or was he a bit more advanced in age than you, or?
So me and Sus, I always knew of Sus in the ends. I knew of Sus and like one of his close friends, but we wasn't super tight. I was more like, to be fair, I was kind of, I wouldn't say the other side, but I was cool with the other side of Woolly. It wasn't really them lot. And then I feel like as we got older and we got more into like music and we was doing the same things, that's where our relationship kind of grew. But in the younger days, like, yeah, I knew Sus like very quite close to when I started doing music.
You was actually one of the first female rappers I actually took seriously. I remember I used to work with a director called Igniter.
Oh yeah, Ignite. He was my manager one time.
Yeah, I know. So he used to like work for GRM at a certain stage. In fact, there was a straight, I don't know if you ever saw it, but there was a straight Merkin documentary we did one time, and he was always like trying to be like, yeah, I've got this girl, I've got this rapper or whatever. And I remember there was this like video of you, and it was all like bright in the background, like, I don't know, like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them times. And you know, he was a great director them times. And like, you was like one of the first female rappers I really took notice of, like from the old guard. So like, you know, you had queens like Lionesses and Nole and all that kind of stuff, but that was more on the grime end of things, if that makes sense. This was more rap. And that sound hadn't necessarily been developed from a female point of view yet.
For sure.
What kind of influences did you have to kind of make you feel like, yeah, I can do this, or this is what I want to do? Because no one it was too early for you to even think you're ever going to really make bread out of this.
Do you know what? That's actually so mad, because it's true. When I started, there wasn't much to aspire to, but it was a very big gap, because like the younger me was obviously super in love with like the Estelles of the world, Miss Dynamite, obviously Little Kim Foxy. But like when I actually started, the hot girls were like Leash, Paige, and obviously like, you know, like you mentioned, Lioness, Nole. I took a lot of inspiration from Nole, to be fair, because I felt like Nole was super hard, was super street. I feel like she was dope from like even unorthodox days. But like, yeah, even just seeing Leash and Paige doing their thing, I knew that my style wasn't exactly the same as theirs, but I felt like they were doing it enough on a scale which inspired me to come out. So I thought like, yeah, like these lot are chasing it, they're doing their thing. And I kind of saw Leash's thing grow as well. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I didn't know what the aim was, and I was definitely aiming for the stars, but like I was just like, I'm just gonna go for it. And I just want to be heard. I just want to express myself. I just want people to get to know my story. So, and then obviously as you get bigger, you realize it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you even just telling your story. Like there's so much people that relate to you, and you're also inspiring the next generation. So yeah, but like,
who's your go-to female MCing in the UK then of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective to have, because, you know, I know what a lot of males think. I know top 5 or their top 3s or whatever. Like, who's your... Who
or
really...
top 5?
No.
My top 1?
That's too wild. I want the one for you, Miss Banks.
I would say Estelle.
Really? That's sick. Yeah. You remember her songs like Black Twang and that?
Yeah, I remember songs of Black Twang, and I remember 1980. I remember watching that really young and thinking, what the hell? And she can sing, and she's dark skinned, and she just does it for me. She just does it for me. And I feel like even the way she transitioned into more of a melodic artist and started singing more and had that moment of American Boy, like, that's something I aspire to, like the versatility, the sonics. Yeah, I love Estelle.
Estelle really opened up a lot of doors for female rap.
She had major success too, like.
For sure.
To have that on that level, chart success as well, it's like...
And actually, I think you're a great representation of that. I was actually in a debate yesterday, and I was in a debate yesterday, and I was explaining how relevant you are in terms of the female space. So you see, like how you just said seeing Estelle made you know that it was possible to do this.
Yeah.
I feel like when the new decade arrived and you arrived and all the other great females arrived, you was a great representation, even touching on the fact that you are a black female. As you mentioned, Estelle being a black female, let you know, look, I can start rapping too. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, even down to like one of my favorite rappers right now is Cristal.
I love Cristal.
She is so ridiculously hard. And I'm pretty sure like her, like she might be too young to know who Estelle is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And
yeah,
you might be one of them people she looked at when she was growing up and thought, yeah, I'm going to pick up a pen and start writing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like your impact has been so important, especially in that remit.
Thank you.
How is it that another prominent rapper, female rapper, such as Steph London, for example, how have you lot been able to, because we know what it's like where from precedent of even like seeing American female rappers or seeing female rappers here, like it's so easy for people to pit people against each other.
Yeah.
And you guys have never had a public fallout. You've collaborated. I'm sure you've had a private fallout. You must have, because yeah, you must have had a private one, a little tiff, just a little one. But how have you guys managed to kind of, because I even love, you know that video you lot done where Dip. It's like, yeah, Dip, where like you're doing the Caribbean dances and she's doing the African ones.
Yeah.
Like, that is so epic. Like, how have you guys managed to kind of keep that relationship classy and never really been envious of one another? Or even like, I even remember when she got the Culli and all that, and I feel like I saw one of your comments being like, "Raw, is that what that thing's doing?" or something like that. I don't want to be too graphic.
Can I just say, Steffi, you put me in it with that one, because everyone was like, "Oh, so this is what you're saying? You're promoting prostitution?" God, I wasn't saying that. First of all, I believe, whatever God shows you, you can have. Do you know what I mean? So when you see people winning and you see people doing good things, your best bet is always to be happy for them. And it's easy to fall down that route of being jealous and, you know, being envious, whatever. And don't get twisted, like, I'm human. I definitely feel those things sometimes, but I also, that's a whole nother stuff. But I also feel like through therapy and other things, I've grown to understand like my emotions, and I know that they're healthy and it's normal. So like I always try to just do the right thing by me and others. But yeah, like even that, I feel like with Steph's career, her having so much major moments, there was times when like a lot of people would say certain things and be in my ear, and I feel like it could have been easy to be like, kind of like, yeah, F her, she's doing her thing, or like she's boss, and you know, start feeling some type of way. But like I said, I feel like when God shows you certain things, you just have to be patient. When I look at all artists across the board, no one's journey is alike. No one's journey is the same. Do you know what I mean? So I just have to have patience and know that like, yeah, my own time will come. And also as well, I've done so much in my own right, in a different way, being independent, you know, having the journey that I've had. So yeah, I just feel like blocking out that outside noise and just knowing that like, yeah, you don't need to feel no type of way, because, you know, your time will come. I feel like if I let people get in my ear too much, things could have been different. But yeah, I'm all for the gallum doing their thing. And it's even so mad because, you know, like when you talk about Leisha and Paige and everyone coming out at that time that we did, not to say there wasn't anything to aspire to, but it's not like the girls were like doing mad, I don't even know, streaming wasn't as prominent back then as well, but like they wasn't doing mad streaming numbers, like charting or having like mass success in the US. Like that was something that was kind of new. Like I was coming up at the same time as Steph, and she was having these big moments. So if anything, I was just super inspired and thought, let me just support that, because this is where I want to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course. And that must be crazy, because I even remember when you two was coming up and you was kind of like forming that relationship. I remember the big Tobes, you know, my style moment.
Yeah. Even though that's not on GRM anymore. Yeah, and that was our first video to go a million views, you know, together.
I know, I don't know what happened to that. Some copyright shit, man. Yeah, big Tobes, man. Get out of the ring and start sorting out this copyright shit, my guy. But, I remember that. I remember moments like, I've got a very vivid memory. Like, I even remember moments. I remember there was a day we was all at the Den, Shoreditch.
Yeah, oh yeah, Frisco show.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember all those little moments and stuff, and it's crazy because a lot of people don't know what being successful feels like, if that makes any sense. So sometimes people might be in your ear because they're trying to, I don't know, validate their position in your life, or might be saying things on their insecure level, but they don't even realize that that's what it is.
That's the thing. And also other people have jealousy, and then people can start feeling like, oh, maybe you are do certain things, but it's like, if you'll do it, you would have it. If God felt like it was your time, you would have it. If you could handle it, you'd have it. And like, my journey is just, everyone just needs to understand.
You're spilling right now.
My journey is different though, as a black woman, as a dark skin woman, my journey is totally different. Like, so you can't compare it to no one. And I feel like certain things gives me like reassurance that delay is not denial. Like when you see someone like Sims, like the moment she's having now, that's not overnight. Do you get me? That's how many years in the making. And Sims was out before we was even out. Do you know what I mean?
She was doing a rated freestyle in Tottenham Court Road in 2010.
Okay, thank you.
That's outside my office.
So she could see other people having moments and feel like, oh, you know, where's mine? But really and truly, it doesn't matter, because like I said, everyone's journey is different. So if you know that and you just stay down and you stay true, you will get what's yours. Like, honestly, the background I'm coming from and the things I've been through is super hard. Do you know what I mean? It's super hard. It's a lot of rewiring of the brain. It's a lot of changing of behavior. It's a lot of work. So I really can't, I just can't compare my journey to anyone else's, and I can't allow myself to feel just things that I don't need to feel, because I feel like it doesn't do anything for me. It's not reassuring to my journey.
I think that's a big part of your success, because what I've realized in my short space on the earth is that God actually continues to bless people that allows him to bless them in their own time. Yeah. And the worst thing about life is that, a hater never realizes that they're a hater. Do you know how crazy that is?
Facts.
Like, a hater will never know
Facts.
I'm a hater. They'll always say, like, say if I was hating on you now, for example, I just make up an excuse why I don't like, because you stepped on my shoe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but You know them ones.
And some people, they already didn't like you, but then once something happens, now they're acting like this is the reason they don't like you, but they didn't actually like you anyway.
Yeah. That's insane. A hater will never know till the day that they die that there was a hater.
Yeah.
That's one thing I wish I could change, man. and it's always good to like pray for your haters as well, because I think when you pray for your haters and God decides that, okay, cool, this person should be successful, it's like they finally get to experience what it's like on the other side of things, and then they actually get like an outlook. Oh, raw, like
this isn't right.
Yeah, or this person's treating me like this, or do you get what I'm trying to say? And yes, it's a very interesting cycle.
It is. And I feel like, again, even therapy really helped me. That is so weird because I don't feel like it's still taboo in the black community, but it's getting better. But I realized through therapy, through like looking back on my childhood and my journey, I realized like, you know what, certain emotions are okay to have. So like, it doesn't make you a bad person, especially like if it's benign, but know how to act, know how to move. I can't stand people that you got your own insecurity, so you want to project it on me, or like you don't believe you can do certain things, so you're trying to limit where I want to go. Like, bro, just, you know. And people from the hood as well, so much things are backwards. Like, people feel like not being a yes man means that you need to give me tough love or give me unsolicited advice or be overcritical. Like, that's not how it needs to be. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You can move with love and know your place, know your boundaries, and just respect people's space, man. It's too much nowadays, especially online as well. People just love to chat too much.
Let's get to the fun stuff, man.
Yeah.
We're sounding too mature out here.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Obviously using a very public relationship at one point.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, don't worry. I ain't gonna ask no bitch nigga shit. Using a public relationship at one point. How difficult is it, yeah? Let's just say you met another rapper and he was that guy and you loved him.
Would I love him though? Anyway, go on, sorry.
No, let's just say you did. Okay. How difficult is it for you to kind of entertain that situation, knowing there's a risk that if this doesn't work out, it's just another public thing? And the reason why I asked this, actually, is because I studied how Nicki Minaj did her thing. Like, she's with Safari, that was known, but it wasn't known at the time. Then she got with Meek. That didn't work out in the end. And then she got, I don't know, there's like some Nas thing happening apparently.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that was ever proper official, but yeah,
But Nas don't count, man. He's too legendary. You can't even add that. You get what I'm saying? And then she got married, yeah? But she played it quite well in terms of like the public domain. It wasn't like so many like, oh, I'm with this person, I'm with that person, there wasn't like just bare things happening. And I feel like a person such as yourself who carries himself with so much class a lot of the time, like how difficult is it for you to kind of take that risk again? Because it's just like, just a lot of stigma when it doesn't work out publicly. Like, is that something you think about?
A little bit, but like not too much. One thing about me, if I find someone that I feel like is worth my love, like my love for real, I don't mind it being public again, and I don't care how it looks, because a lot of people are making up and breaking up in private. Do you know what I mean? I'm human, so I'm not really fussed.
But have you been able to keep your relationships so quiet for so long? I mean, you must be fucking with some real niggas. Like, there's no leaks. I ain't hearing nothing out here.
That's good.
Yeah, man.
No, but like, not really though. I try not to be outside too much, because I feel like people will be gassed to be like, oh yeah, I chat to Miss Banks. Not in a way, but like for real. So
yeah, you're not even human now. You're a brand.
No, well, still human and a brand.
Yeah, human
but like,
and a brand. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But I'm taking it easy. And honestly, like, I'm in a space now. I just want something real.
Yeah.
Someone that's on my vibe. So I'm extra precautious right now.
I hear you. So what are you saying? Like, what's the future looking like in that department? Are you open to, like, how does someone holler at Miss Banks? And have you had any male groupie experiences? Like,
for sure.
Give me some male groupie like experiences, please. I want to know what it's like on the other side.
Oh no.
On the other side of things.
I feel like same way it would be for a guy with a girl. Obviously, not no one like follow me around or nothing, but just the excitement. You know, that excitement, you could tell that they never really dealt with someone like you before. So there's just like a bit of...
Yeah, like what kind of things are they doing?
Just the most, man.
Like what, man? We're trying to understand.
I don't even want to relive certain things though, but just the most posts. I can't even.
No, but you know what it is, like, you're a role model. You know what I'm saying? There's a few people out there that are gonna start rapping because of Miss Banks, and they need to know.
Oh, what groupies are like?
No, yeah, they need to know how to survive these horror stories. So we want to know what happened. Like did they following you around? Like what does a male groupie look like?
You can just tell, like, someone that's just too excited, and it's not like about you. It's not like they care about you, the person. Like, they don't care about Tyra. It's just Miss Banks. Do you know what I mean? There's the energy, man. You can tell it's just clouty, doing the most. Yeah, like, that's just it.
Well, you need to have a stalker, because you know you haven't made it as a female rapper to have a stalker.
I don't want a stalker, please.
Come on, man, like a harmless one.
I don't want a stalker.
You get what I'm saying? What's your clique called? Obviously, Nikki's got the Barbs. This one's got this. So, like, have you got like a name for your
Fans.
your
Yeah, they're
supporters?
called bankers.
Oh, bankers. I'm with that, you know.
Yeah.
I think you got one of the best artist names.
Artist names. Like, my
Miss-
actual name is Banks.
Yeah, Miss Banks, Big Banks. It's just a sick name, man.
Thank
Good
you.
branding. A lot of people don't know how self-employed that we are, in terms of, like, we literally have to get up every day, every month, year in, year out, especially when it comes to stuff that you've accomplished, even just as a female and a black female, that
Yeah.
like, we forgetting that we just rap. I mean, I don't rap, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually self-employed.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And you have to make it happen year in, year out, in your own different way.
Yeah.
However you can make it happen, and you've been doing it for so long.
I don't think people get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I understand what you're having to do out here to, like, provide for yourself and your family. Obviously, I know about the penthouse and all these things. Like, how have you been able to, like...
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Like,
Okay.
how have you been able to, like, sustain these things, and how difficult is it to make it happen?
It's hard. That's what my new single is about as well. It's called Boss Bitch, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's like just about me embodying that role fully. And I feel like even with all the changes I made, like I said, leaving my old team and distribution, like, I think I had to kind of realize for myself that I actually run this ship. I'm in control. So instead of me relying on other people, what can I do to make sure that this ship keeps on moving and I'm happy with how things are moving? And I think I just got that drive. And also as well, like, I remember I watched Rema's Thoughts In A Culli, and he was talking about making other people's dreams, like, come to life. And I feel like I can relate to that, because when I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm not just thinking about me, I'm thinking about my mom, I'm thinking about my sister, I'm thinking about my dad, my brother, like, how many other people I can help. Even, like, down to my team. Like, I know I want to be a successful artist, but what can I do to make sure they have a successful artist on their roster, or they work on a project that's super big and does amazing things? Like, that's what really keeps me driven. And even, like, after having these 2 years off, obviously it took me a while to realize it was a blessing, but it was because I got myself right. But, you know, to even say, okay, I'm not going to ideally work for 2 years and still be okay is a super blessing. Do you know what I mean? And don't get twisted, I will never take that break again, because we still got to keep grinding. I think the old me thought I could probably take with the money I've seen in music, I've probably thought before I could take 5 or 10 years off and I'd be okay. No. Can't take that long off. But, like,
Yeah, the standard of living's different.
yeah, the standard of living is different, especially in this economy. But, like, yeah, I'm even glad that I could just have that moment off and still be okay. But yeah, just my family and knowing I want to succeed, and everyone around me I want to help, that keeps me really driven to keep going. Like, and you can't rest on your laurels, and you can't blame things on other people. You got to do for you. And I think I'm starting to realize that so much so in music. Like, you have to just be self-reliant and get the job done.
You know, I actually recall a time where, and correct me if I'm wrong at any point, where it was like Steph signed for like £1 million. and all the labels were trying to sign anything moving that had motion.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a time that you could have easily signed for a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Because apart from Steph at the time, the other female with a big enough profile at that specific time was you.
Yeah.
So everyone was trying to maybe sign Miss Banks or whatever. But I do recall you holding out. You wasn't trying to sign. Like, what made you hold out from that? And did you sign eventually?
No, and I got offered big money as well. I think, including my deal that I got offered in publishing, it was $1 million in total.
So you turned down £1 million at a certain stage.
Yeah.
Do you regret that?
No.
Do you ever think about it?
Yeah. Because sometimes I wonder what would the trajectory of my career been like.
In terms of like the support.
Exactly, because I decided to take the stairs. I feel like would I have had that more international, global, moment? Would it have been a bit faster? Maybe, but I feel like also as well, I got a lot of deals off the back of a Nicki cosign. So I think one of the main labels I was talking to, I felt like the A&R, they didn't really get me. I felt like they were just doing it based on the cosign, which is fine, I guess. But for me, I also felt a bit lost because I didn't really have anything in the marketplace. I didn't know what my sound was, and I just felt like if I jump into this and I don't know what I'm doing, they're going to control it. So my best bet is just doing what I need to do. And then luckily that year I ended up making good money anyway. I made the money that I probably would have got in my advance, do you know what I mean, by just doing the festival circuit and finding my feet naturally. And then in 2019 I had my first like breakthrough song, which was Snack, and I was like, okay, cool, so now I know I'm good on like Afro or 100 BPM rap. Like now I know what my sound is, but at the time I didn't have a clue.
Well, what kind of restraint does it take coming from nothing to turn down £1 million in revenue in terms of an advance? Because that must be difficult to do.
Yeah, at the time I wasn't looking at it as well like as a whole lump sum, because like I said, it was a record deal and publishing. But it just, the fact that I didn't feel 100% sure for me, and knowing I was hungry as I was, I just felt like this don't make sense. I should be so sure about this because the money on the table is life-changing. Do you get me? But the fact that I didn't feel sure and I had that little niggling feeling inside, I was just like, yeah, this don't make sense. And at the time as well, I actually had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and I felt like, I don't know if that clouded my judgment, but I've got a new saying that I like to think of every time I question the decisions I've made, and it is trust what you knew then, not what you feel now. And that could be relatable to anything, to like a career decision or a relationship or someone you left, because like for instance, you have that ex, at the time you was done with them, you knew why you was done with them, and you think at the time you made the right decision, and as time goes on you start to romanticize that situation. You start to think, of all the good times. All of a sudden you're thinking about all the good times. These times when you was with them, you was down and out, you was down bad, you had to dip. So what's changed? It's just the time. Do you get me? So I always just think, trust what you knew then, not what you feel now, because as time passes you always try to look at things with rose tinted glasses, and it's not that. But I think me just being 100% sure, knowing that I'm coming from nothing, and I had nothing, and still not feeling like this is a go, I knew that it wasn't for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. And when was that moment where it's like something came in, landed in the big bank, and you realize, okay, I have an actual job now? Like, when it's
big amount.
No, like, when was it? Like, it could have been you bought this car, you bought this, or you bought this, or you bought something for your mom, whatever. Like, when's that moment where it was like, because you know what it's like when I'm explaining, like, when you first started rapping, there wasn't enough precedent, to suggest that if you follow this path, you're going to be able to sustain yourself and, be someone or whatever. But there's a moment that happened to you where you was like, no, you know what? This is my actual job. Like, you was convinced. Because there's moments in your career, I'm 100% sure you thought you might have even had a job still, or you might have thought I might get a job on the side. There must be them times. But you never had them times?
Not since I really put my all into it. My last job was 2014. I used to work in Topshop.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was going to ask you, what do you think it can be, just as a woman, do you think it's possible to be friends with an ex?
No.
What?
No.
That sounded like a death row contract. What are you saying? So like after the relationship, it's just like you can never be cool again.
It's
That's it.
done. We don't. Why do we need to be cool?
What, till the day we die?
We don't need to be
That's
cool again. I feel like
crazy.
as a man, you just want to enter my pants. That's it. You just want to enter my pants again, and you don't deserve that. I'm not being cool with none of my exes. You know what? Yeah, I'll be honest. I got cool back with someone that I used to check for this year, and that was the worst decision that I ever could have made in my life. I'll never do it again. Ever, ever, ever.
Yeah, but that's just one bad experience, though.
Nah, I don't pick back up what I left.
You're saying trust what you knew then, as
Not
opposed to
what
how you feel now.
Exactly, Post.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Real
I'm listening.
spit. I love it. I love it.
I'm listening. So obviously back in the day, well, a couple of years ago, we was all having fun online because you had a bit of rapport. It seemed on screen with Tion. Rapport. It seemed on screen with Ambush. Obviously, we was all just kind of having fun as fans. I feel like, but was there any? Yeah, like what was going on with all that? Why are you laughing like that?
Oh my God.
You still chat to them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's how I know they didn't. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, what was that about? Like, do you enjoy that kind of thing? What was that experience?
I
like?
think that was super cute. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I feel like, yeah. But you got to be careful because a lot of, you know, that kind of like messed me up a bit because man's marking my territory as a joke, but then I'm meeting other guys and they're like, what? But you was with my man, you was with this. I was like, no, you actually wasn't really.
They can't tell the difference between entertainment and real life.
No, like, yeah.
But you did look good with both of them.
Thank you.
Question though,
Yeah.
you're on a boat.
Yeah.
I know Tion can't swim, that's my guy. I know Ambush can't swim either.
Oh, who am I going to
They're
save?
just my African brothers. I know these guys are not swimmers. You know what I'm saying? They're both swingers though. We've seen some stuff online recently. Swingers
One of them is giving AJ. One of them is giving...
No, but Ambush survived the little situation. Yeah, no,
I
he came
forgot
out
about
alright.
that.
He came out alright. It was looking bad, but you know,
We got Ambush.
no marks in that. Taking no sides in that situation, by the way. But there's a boat. There's one space on the boat.
Yeah.
Are you saving Tion or are you saving Ambush? Streets want to know. Streets want to know. This is how we sleep at night. Streets want to know.
I'll probably save Tion.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Why Tion?
Do you know what's so funny, yeah? Even though obviously like it was all very playful and stuff, I really do have like a soft spot for Tion in real life. He's good people. But yeah, we just
Nigerian connection.
maybe, but we just we have a separate relationship where like we speak a lot, so yeah, that's all it is. And obviously we've worked together many a times. I feel like there's chemistry there in the booth, so yeah. Tion's my people.
You didn't have to throw in the booth anymore, but I hear you.
In
It
the
gets
booth.
like that. It gets
In
like
the
that.
booth.
There's chemistry there. In
In
the
the
booth. The reason why I like you so much as an artist is your ability to dance as well. Like to
Oh, wow.
make something feel like. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like you really bring that.
Jumpy.
I don't know, man. You just bring
I
that
care about
essence
that.
and that vibe. And you wasn't that good at dancing when you first started.
You
I've
reckon?
noticed. I'm just being a hater. I'm just being a hater. I'm just saying. I've seen a vast improvement. Like you're really doing things out here. Like does that
Yeah.
take when you're perfecting your craft as an artist? How much work is also going into dancing and choreography? Because I mean, you've had a lot of moments on like TikTok and all these apps when you're just
wow.
doing some things. I ain't got TikTok. I ain't on TikTok, but I always hear the stories. Miss Banks just shut it down on TikTok.
Oh my
No one's
God.
watching anything else for 2 days. Like,
Wow.
does that come with practice? Does that come naturally? Like, what's the vibe?
No, it just come naturally.
Yeah.
My mum's a big dancer, and I actually do love dance. There was a time when I was younger, I felt like I was too gangster to dance, but honestly,
And then it just
It just
one day
changed.
just all came out of nowhere. You was outside with it, like.
yeah. I enjoy it though, and like I actually like feel good music. Like I think that's why I love Afrobeat so much, because like, you know, Afrobeats is such an escapism. Like people just want to turn up, and I can relate to that. Even though I'm not back home in a soul going through the same things that the people at home are going through, I just love that essence of music. Even like growing up, I loved Missy Elliott. Like, yeah, I think it's a very important part of music, being able to like just jay and enjoy. Like, I love it. I love all things dance, and I want to incorporate it more. To be honest, I want to incorporate it more. I feel like even going on tour with Megan as well, like seeing how she moves, that just made me feel like, yeah, I want to bring that essence to the UK. Like, I want people to go and see a female rapper, and she's a big performer. She's singing, she's rapping, she's dancing. I think that's super important.
And it's not every British female rapper that really embraces the dancing. So I would say that you're very much up there. Is there anyone that you think that you've seen and you're like, yeah, homegirl, like, homegirl can dance? It's not a space that everyone's trying to be in anyway, but do you think there's any British female rappers that can see you in that?
British.
See you in that space?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't think so.
okay. No, I think you're the strongest dancer personally, but I ain't got rhythm, so my opinion on the dance floor, my opinion might not be as valid, if that makes any sense. But
Yeah. No, it's something I definitely want to hone and do more. Like,
Steph's alright. Steph's got a couple moves.
yeah, Steph can dance.
What are you saying? You got a couple more up the street.
You're so
I
silly.
hear you. I hear you.
I'm so done.
I hear you. I hear you. What does it feel like being embraced by Nicki Minaj publicly and like Megan Thee Stallion publicly? Like, how do you navigate something like that?
So obviously, like, Nicki showing me love and having that co-sign was such a big part of my career. And it's mad because it's just like, I was a fan of her since I was like 14. So I just feel like I already loved you. I already fucked with you. It's just like, you've just recognized me. Do you know what I mean? So that was like amazing. I feel like with Megan, even that just was built naturally. When I first started following her, she didn't even have like 100k followers, I think. I'm just like, I got my ear to the ground. I'm always checking what's hot, who's popping, what's new. So yeah, that's how that relationship was built. But I just think me being myself and being genuine is just how I've navigated these friendships.
That must have been a big moment for you though, like being able to watch someone since
Young.
you were 14,
Yeah.
not coming in the game with much precedent, you being able to establish yourself,
Yeah.
and then actually being in the same space as that somebody
Yeah.
like that recognizing you.
Yeah. It was very much like a confirmation, like, oh yeah, I'm meant to do this, like, I have what it takes. She says I'm hard, and I think she's the hardest. Then cool, like, I was already validating myself, but that was just like that extra stamp.
What are you saying? Who do you think is the hardest female rapper of all time then?
The hardest that's not fair.
No, it's fair, man. It's fair, man. Pick a side, man. Pick a
There's
side,
too many
man.
I love. There's too
No.
many I love.
You have to listen to this person for the rest of your life. The only music you're listening to. The only rapper you're listening to. Who's it gonna be?
Myself.
No.
No, please don't do this to me.
No.
You know what, yeah? I feel like me just being calm and trying
Nicki,
to show love to everyone-
okay.
Oh, that's why I love Nicki. Let's
Okay,
move on.
okay. I know how to do this. Foxy or Little Kim?
Little Kim.
Okay, Little Kim or Missy Elliott?
Little Kim.
Little Kim or Eve?
Little Kim.
Little Kim or The Brat?
Little Kim.
Little Kim or Megan Thee Stallion?
That's two different.
I don't give a shit. It's my car. Little Kim or Megan Thee Stallion?
I can't pick. I think it's two different generations.
Goodness.
Let me just say this, yeah?
You're trying to be on the next tour.
No, just like, I don't want to, no.
I hear you.
But you know what as well? The reason why I'm trying to not be anxious, but another thing, let me put out there, yeah, the fans ain't good, you know. The fans, you lot make this harder than it needs to be. It's so sad because I genuinely, separately, I think obviously me growing up, Nicki's my goat, do you know what I mean? That's like the truth. Nicki's my goat. She's what I grew up on. She's who I studied. I think she's just amazing, from versatility to flows to content to cadence to like performance, everything. But it's unfortunate that me going on a tour with Megan can just kind of like wash all of that away. Like all the love that I've showed her, like the fans just seem to think now that, oh, I don't fuck with Nicki because of that, and it's just
What fans? Did
the Barbs.
What they pick up on these little things and then
it was a big deal, and I was surprised because I'm just at home in my house in London,
the penthouse.
The penthouse.
Yeah.
You know, in London, chilling. I got the call to do the tour, and it's like I'm not thinking me doing a tour is gonna, or doing a tour with Megan is gonna cause such an uproar with the fan base. And maybe that was naive of me, but sometimes I just feel like, yeah, you lot don't get it. Like, as much as I love Nicki, I grew up on her, and you know, I'm a fan, but we also got to work. It's like this is also business, and yeah. Girl gotta do what she gotta do, like, please.
Yeah, but obviously that's not cause an issue between you and her directly per
I
se.
hope
It's
not.
just more where the fans are kind of pushing that narrative. Yeah.
But I don't want it to feel like, oh, because you told with someone, you don't work with this other person, and da-da.
It's a bit much. It's a bit
all
childish.
a lot. It's all a lot, and I feel like before I've done things where I've tried to like pick a side, and not because I genuinely felt that way. It was more so like out of the fear of the public, and it's like I can't live like that. Like, I'd rather be hated for who I am than be loved for who I'm not. And it's like, as much as, you know, there's all these issues in music and people have their beefs and that, like, I'm not in no one's house, I'm not on the phone to anyone every day. Like, I'm here, do you get me? I gotta do what's best for me. So me doing certain things doesn't mean I ain't got love for the other. And, you know, big up all the women doing their thing. I respect you guys.
No, for sure. You got to stay strong, and it's just like how I always tell you. You got to trust what you knew then, as opposed to how you feel now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad that resonated with you so much. That we're just here, looking great, feeling great inside.
Yes.
We got Boss Bitch coming out next week.
Period.
We got Shake It coming out in a couple months.
Couple weeks.
Shake It. Can you see how informed I am? This ain't even my real job.
I'm done.